guys, today I think I'm just going to talk about a few bad experiences that I've had in the dating world. So, my bad date experiences. So, um, I've had a few, especially in recent years. I've had a few really bad dating experiences. So, the first one is like is there's two stories involving this one woman. So I met her on this site. She was a bit older than me. I won't name which site, but she was a little older than me. I think I was like 19 and she was like 28 or something, 27, 28, something like that. And I've been chatting to her and she seemed really nice. So I go over to her flat, well, apartment if you're American, and I sort of, we chat at the door for a little while, and everything seemed fine. So we go up the stairs. First of all, when I got there, she had a huge. When I got there, we had a chat, like I said, and then when I got to the top of the stairs, because there was like two lots of stairs, I had to lift this huge sort of a trolley. So it was like not it was like one of those things that old people pull behind them. It's like a basket on wheels, and she had it loaded up with shopping. I mean, this thing was so heavy. So she just sort of expected me to carry it up this flight of stairs. I don't mind helping women. I'm one of those guys. I try to be a gentleman, open doors, etc. For women, I do believe, that we, as guys, we have a moral obligation to look after women. Now, I'm not saying women are weak or anything like that. I'm just saying you're supposed to do it for anyone. If someone needs help them out. It's a kind and courteous thing to do. But I mean, it wasn't as though like she was taking half the shopping and I was going to take the rest. She just, automatically expected that I'd take this heavy thing of shopping up the stairs. Well, groceries if you're American, so it was loaded with groceries. Now, I'm a small dude, It was the thing of groceries was bigger than me. It was so heavy. So, I thought, this is going to be my workout for the day. So I picked it up and I carried it up these flight of stairs. And my God, it was so heavy. She just disappeared up the stairs, and then I thought, I'm already looking like an idiot because, I'm small and I'm weak and I can't carry this thing of groceries up the stairs. So yeah. I get to the top of the stairs, I'm already sweating like a pig. I thought, oh, I just had a wash and, I just, put on my best cologne and I thought, I'm now at the top, huffing and puffing and just thinking, my arms are about to snap off. Anyway, she puts the key in the door and opens it up and I go in and I say, right, here's your shopping, and I put it wherever she wants it put in. So I put the container of groceries down. I think, oh, thank God that's done. So anyway, we walk up the corridor and I think, we're gonna have a cup of tea and we're gonna have a chat and stuff. We're gonna get to know each other and just hang out. So I go up this. It's only like a half corridor. It's not a long. And I turn right. And I was talking to her, yeah. And I continued to talk to her, while we were sort of just standing there chatting. Anyway, as soon as I look away from this woman, the state of her apartment, it was absolutely appalling. Now, I don't pass judgment on anybody, like what you do in your own home, is your business, they say, like, an Englishman's home is his castle. That's fair enough. What you do behind closed doors is your business. But literally, there was cigarettes everywhere, bottles everywhere. It was just basically, if you've seen those programs where they clean out hoarders' houses, people who hoard stuff and they clean their houses out, it was like that. But it wasn't just cluttered; it was dirty. It smelled. It was just absolutely appalling. And it just was. It just was horrific. Like I wouldn't have minded. Like if we were like, fair enough. That's the condition she liked to keep her house in, or for whatever reason her apartment was like that. Then that's her problem. But it's I wouldn't have minded. But like if we're gonna go somewhere, on a first date, I would have preferred to like go to my house or something, because I keep it clean and tidy, and it just would have been a more suitable atmosphere for sort of relaxing. You know what I mean? But I'm not calling her dirty, but you know what I mean. It was up to her how she kept her house. I'm not a clean freak, but I like stuff to be hygienic. At best, things should always be kept hygienic. Clean and usable and hygienic. But anyway, she had this cat. Now, she'd already been in trouble by the vets because the cat had fleas, and for whatever reason, she refused to treat this cat for fleas. She had to go at the vet for saying that her cat had fleas. Well, if the cat has got fleas, then I'm sorry, the vet, has a right to tell you, and the cat has the right to treatment. So this cat is covered in fleas, and anyway, there was a litter box, and long story short, me and this woman, we started making out. As you do, you start talking, don't you? And talking leads to making out. And this cat was just sat in the corner, and it was using the litter box, and the litter box was full of, the cat's business, and it was just stinking. And I'm sorry, I've never been more turned off in my life. I did feel a bit sick, so I did excuse myself and I did go home. The cat was staring at me the whole time. So it's like, I was surrounded by cigarettes and cat business. I thought, this isn't my idea of a romantic Friday night. Anyway, fast forward, I go and meet this girl again. Years later we get in contact. About a year, 2 years ago. Well, about 2 years ago we got into contact again. And I went over to her new place. She got a new flat. A brand new flat. Brand new. So this place, she'd only been moved in a week. I got to her house again. I thought maybe she's, decided to look after herself and a bit more, and just take a bit more pride in her house. So I'm not judging her for that. I'm not saying if you've got a bit of dirt in your house, that you're a scumbag. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I mean, it's healthier for you as a person to live in clean conditions. I always say a clean house is a clean and healthy mind. A happy mind. It's good for your mental health. Anyway, so I'm at her second flat, her new flat that she's just got. A new apartment, sorry, we'll call it an apartment. And long story short, same situation. The cat was covered in fleas, absolutely covered, yeah. And there was just litter and rubbish everywhere. She had trashed this brand new flat within a week, So I thought, we've been chatting for a while at this point, and I thought, why not? I'll give it another go. It's not for me to judge all the rest of it. Anyway, I was stood up by the side of the bed, and she said, oh, if you want to sit down, that's okay. So I went to sit down. I sat down, and I saw her. I saw this woman. I kid you not. She picked up the cat. I was looking at her, and so she went to come and sit down. But before she did, she picked up this cat, and she threw it across the room. She threw it across the room. Now, I'm an avid, animal rights supporter. I don't believe in eating animals or using them for entertainment purposes. I love animals and I want to protect them, and I love animals. So, as an animal lover, to see her beat the cat up, I just thought, normally for foreplay, a bit of kissing, some sensual music. Meanwhile, she's going WWE on this cat. And those of you thinking, why didn't he do anything? Was he just looking at her beating this cat up? No. Within a blink of an eye, she beat the cat up and threw it. She wasn't punching it or anything, but she was squeezing it, a bit too hard. And then she launched it across the room. And I was just thinking, gross, a gross apartment. She's a cat batterer. I just thought this ain't gonna work. So, not to mention, I didn't know this, but she was already in a relationship, so she was already sneaking about when she wasn't supposed to be. But I thought, this girl isn't for me, so I left again, and that was the end of that. My other experience was I used to know this girl, and we got on really well. We'd been on and off for a few years, and anyway, I was at her house, and we were just chatting and that, and just chilling and that. But the other rule, the rule was she wasn't supposed to have any men over, because obviously, as a parent, you don't want your daughter, bringing guys over, because obviously women know what guys are after. So not me, because I don't tend to get involved with women like that unless I really like them. So we were just over there chilling as friends. Well, that's not true, to be fair. I really did fancy this girl, so we were just getting to know each other in more ways than one. Anyway, I didn't know she was forbidden to have lads over. Well, she was forbidden to have guys over to her house. So, when I heard that front door go, I thought, oh well, it doesn't matter, because I'm supposed to be here, and her parents won't get mad. Again, long story short, she gets up because she's heard the front door go, same as me, except there's me thinking, oh, it's okay, we're only chilling as friends, no one will get in trouble, everything's fine. This girl goes mad. She's like, no, she didn't go mad, she was just looking worried. I just saw the face of worry come across her face, and I said, what's up? It's okay, we're just chilling, I said, it's alright, if you want me to say if you want me to say hello to your family, I will. And she basically just said, I'm not supposed to have guys over, or we'll get in trouble. So the wee part did panic me a bit, because if she said, I will get in trouble, it's just her that's going to get in trouble. And I didn't want to be throwing hands with her dad, So, basically, she said, oh, they'll go to sleep in a bit. They normally come in from the pub, they'll go out, they'll have a drink, they'll come in, and they'll go to sleep, they'll get drunk and they'll sleep it off. However, I had to wait for them to go upstairs first, so that took about 15-20 minutes, and then they were in bed. So normal people would have thought, right, they're out the way, I'm gonna go down the stairs stay here any longer because it's getting late. I've got to go out. So I said that to her. I said, look, I've got to go now. So she went, she went across the landing. She forgot to tell me though that, her dad was still there. Her dad must have been in the bathroom or something like that. So I took one. She went out through the door, her bedroom door. I thought, right, she's gone. It must be safe. I took a few steps out of the door, and there was a dad on the landing, staring at me. I'm staring at him, and I'm just thinking, I'm a guy who's been in his house for like 2-3 hours. I'm not supposed to be here. If he finds out that I was here, he's gonna go mental. So I just froze. He was frozen up. I thought, if I can just make it down the stairs, I'll shout goodbye as I'm going. I don't care who else is down there, I'm just gonna go, and then, whatever happens, happens. But he was just stood there, and he wasn't blocking the stairs, but he was sort of like to the left of him, so I'd have to sort of pass him to get down the stairs. We just stared at each other. Looking back, it wasn't that long, but it felt longer at the time. And I just said to him, all right. That's all I said to him, like, all right. I might as well have said to him, all right, bro, how's it going in his own house? Like the audacity. I just said, all right. That's all I could think about. I was a bit not embarrassed, but like, it's not hard to work out. A guy and a girl have been in her bedroom, in her bedroom for 3 hours. What they've been doing. The odd part was it wasn't a very good night because, long story short, with her dad with her parents in the other bedroom, it wasn't like I could do anything in the bedroom anyway, because it's one thing for us to just be like caught just in the house, but caught doing something we shouldn't be. That's like a death sentence. So anyway, I said all right to this guy, and I didn't know what else to do, so I just made my way down the stairs and went out. I wish I could say that was the end of the story, but it's not, because I didn't go down the stairs and out. I had to wait for Megan to see me out. Right? Her name was Megan. I had to wait for Megan to see me out of the house. Because I froze. I got to the bottom, I saw Megan, I thought, I'm not going to leave without saying goodbye. I don't know if the door's locked because, some people come in, especially, older people, they lock the doors, so I thought, I'm going to wait for Megan, and then we're going to go, and we're going to, we're going to just go together, and that'll be the end of it. I went into the living room, and there was her stepmom there in the living room. Her stepmom certainly had more to say than the stepdad. She just put on one of those like passive aggressive voices, and I'm just thinking, oh my god. But obviously the stepmom knew where I'd been and that, so the stepmom was obviously a bit more, switched on to current events. I just wanted to get the hell out of there because I'm just thinking, I was lucky with the stepdad, I was lucky with the stepmom, that a bit of a bad attitude's nothing. I thought she could have, thrown stuff at me or got really mad. Anyway, I had to make up a bit of a porcupine. Porcupine is lie, it's rhyming slang. But not a lie, but a bit of a white lie. I said I was going with the girl. I said I was going with the girl, with Megan. I said I was going with Megan to meet Megan's friends, and I was meeting her here, and we'd go together to meet her friends. No, the stepmom didn't buy it one bit. I didn't know this, up to that point, but Megan had already mentioned me to her stepmom. So the stepmom knew my name and everything. When the stepmom used my name, and I haven't even introduced myself or anything, I could have been a bit more polite about it. Looking back, you know, I could have just, said hello. My name is, kind of thing. Being polite and that. Especially, I'm a stranger in her house. She deserved a bit of, clarity on who I was. But anyway, when she said my name, the stepmom, she went, "Oh, you're you're so and so." I thought, "Oh dear me." I thought, "Oh, it's time to get out now." I just thought the whole thing was painful. I thought I'd have run out through the brick for the side of the wall if I could. I'd just run straight through the wall or the window to get out. you know. And then there was the time. Obviously, when you meet people online, you obviously wonder, are they the same people? Are they the same? Are they the same in person as they are online? I met this girl. She was nice. We got on well, and she was one of Megan's friends. So I thought, it was bad enough that Megan was sort of my ex, and I felt a bit awkward being there because, to be fair, I did fancy Megan a lot more than I fancied this girl. But I fancied this girl up until the point I met her. I went to meet Megan, and we walked to meet this girl. I'm not going to mention this other girl's name because it's bad enough I use Megan's name in case she figures out who I am. No disrespect, both really nice girls. I would gladly, say, if you ever met these girls, they are dating material by all means, but I'm just saying, just because you have a bad experience with that person doesn't make them a bad person. But yeah, where was that? So me and Megan, we go to meet her friend, and she introduces me in person. And from start to finish that day, all her friend did was basically just, she had the biggest attitude on her. She had a really bad attitude. Like she held her hand out for me to hold, but like as though like a stroppy teenager, like, go on then, hold my hand. And why aren't you holding my hand? And you're holding my hand funny, and and oh, you're banged into me. Well, like, oh, you walk funny, or she's like, oh, you caught my shoulder with your shoulder and all the rest of it. Literally every little thing I did, she picked up on. I'm thinking, it's kind of hard to walk properly when you wanted me to walk at your speed, holding hands, like we're 15, you know what I mean? But when I met this girl, well, not met, when I talked to her online, she seemed like really mature and really, really nice, like she's like my cup of tea, really polite and respectful, but, she really just treated me like a disappointed mum would treat their kids if they were disappointed in them, But yeah, we went for a walk with Megan and some of her friends. But to be fair, I didn't like Megan's friends that she was with because I thought they were a bit not dopey, but they were really a bit rough and a bit they were always causing trouble. Like, we went into the shop and they were causing trouble, and I just thought, on a date, because this is the first time that I met this girl in person, I'm just thinking, I don't want to be thrown out of a shop and in trouble by security. I don't want to get in trouble by security just because they can't stop and behave in a shop. So anyway, I'm with Megan's friends. Megan and this girl, and I just basically said, I'm not proud of this one at all. I got my grandma to ring me up and say that she wanted me to come home for some reason, and she did it. And I'll tell you something, till this day I've never run faster. I was straight up the road, straight home. I was one of those where I just thought, I'm just gonna block you on everything because it ain't gonna. I don't want you to treat me like that again. You know, it was embarrassing, and you know it was kind of shameful. You know that I'd let this girl treat me like trash, and didn't say a word. But I'm a naturally non-confrontational person. I found dating very difficult because women do tend to pick on me a lot. Like, I'm not playing the victim or anything. I'm not saying that I haven't been bad with women in the past, because I have. I've never cheated, but I'm not. I'm just saying I am really bad with relationships and things like that, because you know I'm very quiet and very reserved, and only a certain type of girl can deal with me, because I'm a very complex human being. You know. But I guess it's just like the reason dating is very difficult for me as well is because I just don't want any more repeat of bad dates. You know, there've been a lot of bad dates that when I remember them, I will tell you about. You know, it's like when I'm just sat here, and you know I'm just thinking about things. You know, a bad date experience will just pop up into my head, and I'll just think, oh yeah, I remember that. It'd be nice to actually find somebody who I could just, you know, go on a regular normal date with. You know, I'm very fed up of these like failed first dates and relationships that fail after three months. You know what I mean? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my stories, guys. You know, I know they're perhaps not that extreme compared to other people's first dates, but when you're there in that moment, you know, and a grown woman is beating up a cat, or you know, you're facing down somebody's, you know, potentially aggressive father-in-law and passive-aggressive stepmother, you know, and a girl that treats you like a child, you know, you just want to get out of it ASAP. So I'm really hoping that I never have any more past experiences, you know. So thanks for listening, guys. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And again, guys, please put your requests in the comment section so that I've got plenty to work with and plenty of video content, because sometimes I do find it a bit difficult to pick a topic, and I end up rambling a lot of rubbish. You know, I'm not the best storyteller by any means. You know, a lot of my stories involve swearing. You know, so if I said it like it was, it's not exactly family friendly. You know, because you know it's yeah, dating is very hard. So if you are dating, I hope you find the love that you deserve, because you know we all deserve love. So never settle for anything less. So if you are, you know, in a bad relationship and people are treating you, you know, if the odd people aren't treating you like they're supposed to, then you know, please leave that person and find a person that will treat you like the princess